The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 feels like the holy grail of foldable phones. It's super thin and light, so it feels like a regular phone in your pocket. And yet, the new Fold packs a bigger 8-inch display when opened. Samsung also upgraded the camera system, including a 200 megapixel main shooter and an ultra-wide camera that takes much better macros. And having Gemini Live always at the ready is a game changer. The $2000 price is super expensive and Samsung ditched the S Pen, but overall, this is the best foldable money can't buy. Who is this for? Power users looking for a tablet and phone in one device without the usual foldable phone penalty of heft and bulk. What does it cost? The Galaxy Z Fold 7 starts at $1,999 US. That's a $100 price hike over the Galaxy Z Fold 6 in the US. What do I like? The amazingly thin and light design, the larger displays, more advanced 200 megapixel camera, and the seamless integration of Gemini Live AI. What do I not like? Other than the sticker shock of that price, the unsightly punch hole camera on the main display, and the just okay battery life, some may miss the S Pen. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 starts at $1,999 US for 256 GB of storage and 12 GB of RAM. No, that's not a typo. That's $100 more than the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the most expensive phone you can buy in the US. The Fold 7 is more affordable in the UK and Australia, with prices starting at £1,799 and $2,899 Australian dollar. Opting for the 512 GB model will run you $2,199 US. Want to try 1 terabyte? You are looking at $2,419 US, but at least that includes a bump in RAM to 16 GB. Let's get something out of the way. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 may not be the thinnest and lightest puka-style foldable in the world, but it is such a huge improvement over the Galaxy Z Fold 6 that it feels like a totally new device. Measuring 8.9mm thick, folded and 4.2mm unfolded, the Z Fold 7 is 26% thinner than the Z Fold 6, and when I hold them side by side, the contrast is dramatic. Seriously, it's the difference between wanting to carry this phone in my front or back pocket and using a coat pocket or my bag. For those scoring at home, the Honor Magic B5 is reportedly 8.8mm thin when closed and 4.1mm when open, but that's not a phone that's available for sale in the US. Samsung says it's made the Fold 7 more durable too, thanks to a new armor flex hinge that more evenly distributes stress, an advanced armor aluminum in the frame and hinge that increases strength, and a main display that's thinner but stronger. During my time with the Galaxy Z Fold 7, it felt pretty durable despite being so thin, and I like how the hinge barely protrudes when closed. But note that this foldable is just IP48 rated once more, meaning it's water resistant but not dust resistant. I won't be taking the Fold to the beach. I do have some nitpicks with the design. The first is the camera for the inner display. Samsung moved from an invisible under display camera to a punch hole. It's an eyesore. I also wish the camera bump wasn't so thick. As a result, the phone wobbles when you use it on a table. One more thing, I like the Z Fold 7 could be slightly easier to open. It's so thin, you have to dig your nails in there. How about colors? If you want to stand out, get the bold blue shadow option. I love it. If you don't like fun, get the jet black or silver shadow option. There's also an exclusive mint color on Samsung.com. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 gets 3 major display upgrades versus the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Both the cover and main displays are now larger, and the crease on the unfolded main display is definitely less noticeable. Starting with the inside, the Galaxy Z Fold 7's main display has grown from 7.6 inches to 8 inches, which is pretty big jump. I appreciated the extra real estate when watching the Superman trailer on YouTube, but especially when working on spreadsheets in Google Sheets. You can see a lot more info without scrolling. And it's nice being able to see several open tabs at once when surfing the web in Chrome. The other plus is that Samsung has worked hard to minimize the main display's crease. It is still there, but it is much less noticeable. I put the Z Fold 7 and Z Fold 6 side by side, and the line running down the middle of the screen is a lot more subtle from various angles. So one of the biggest complaints about foldable phones is almost no more. I will say though that the Galaxy Z Fold 6's panel looked a bit richer side by side next to the Z Fold 7 with slightly wider viewing angles. Meanwhile, the Z Fold 7's cover display is now 6.5 inch, up from 6.3 inches on the Fold 6. It's wider too, so I found typing more comfortable. It's certainly not as wide as the S25 Ultra's 6.9 inch panel, but I had no problem checking emails, responding to Slack messages, and changing tracks on Spotify and so on. In our labs, the Z Fold 7's main display delivered a peak brightness of 2310 nits when displaying HDR content compared to 2317 nits for the Galaxy Z Fold 6. So they are comparable. The Galaxy S25 Ultra by comparison reached 1860 nits in the same test. The Z Fold 7's main display also registered 96% of the DCI-P3 color space in natural mode and 105.2% in vivid mode. That's better than the Z Fold 6, and the S25 Ultra was slightly better in vivid mode and slightly worse in natural mode. The large camera lamp on the back holds the 200 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and 10 megapixel 3x telephoto cameras. The Fold 7 also has two 10 megapixel selfie cameras, one in each screen. The main 200 megapixel camera is the best of the bunch, matching that from the S25H. It is a top drawer camera capable of capturing great images across a range of lighting conditions, and it is a significant upgrade on previous generation phones. The 12 megapixel ultra wide camera is solid and capable of taking some very good close-up macro photos, which is always fun. The 3x telephoto camera is equally good, producing great portraits, but it gets a bit soft and grainy indoors and can't match the 5x zooms on top slab phones. The selfie cameras are a similar story, with great detail in good light that quickly becomes a bit grainy indoors. You can shoot selfies with the main camera using the outside screen as a viewfinder when the phone is open, which produces much better results. The camera app has plenty of modes, is straightforward to use, and shoots equally solid video. Overall, the Fold 7 has a great camera system that is not a significant downgrade on flagship slab phones, which is thoroughly impressive. Here are some camera samples of the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is so far ahead of the iPhone on AI, it's almost set. While there aren't many new features versus what the S25 Ultra introduced, Samsung deserves credit for making more of its Galaxy AI tools foldable friendly, and Gemini steals the show. I love that you can just long press the Z Fold 7's side button and then quickly launch into a live audio and video chat with Gemini Live. The window just pops up on the bottom right side so it doesn't cover up the app you are using. I also like that you can share your screen with Gemini and ask questions about it. For example, I opened a photo of the Bryant Park fountain and asked about when it was made. I learned that Josephine Shaw Memorial Fountain in Bryant Park was dedicated in 1912 and it's the first major public memorial dedicated to a woman in New York City. You can even ask Gemini questions while you are playing a game. I asked where I should go next in Wuthering Waves and Gemini gave me directions to get to the next checkpoint. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is also super smart when it comes to generative AI photo edits. I just tapped the eraser button and it automatically recommended a bunch of people to zap out of my photo. With a couple of taps, they were gone. I appreciate that you can see the before and after side by side on the big 8-inch display. The same thing goes for other generative AI image tools like turning you and your friends into a comic, 3D cartoon, watercolor, or sketch. You can even have AI fun with your pets now, including a funky fisheye lens option. One of the more popular Galaxy AI tools gets a boost with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and that's Audio Eraser. You can now remove background noise not just from the video recordings in the Gallery app but also in voice recorder, notes and call transcripts. In one video, I could easily remove unwanted voices in the background in auto mode and then I could fine-tune from there for the exact desired result. It took me playing only a few minutes of Wuthering Waves on the Galaxy Z Fold 7 to know this is a powerhouse phone. The graphics look stunning and the frame rate stayed super smooth as I battled a ginormous monster and ran for my life. I could easily run 3 apps at once using the multi-window features such as Slack, Gallery, and Spotify. And it's neat that you can drag and drop images from one window to another. On Geekbench, which measures CPU performance, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 Snapdragon 8 Elite chip paired with 12GB of RAM notched 3052 on the single core portion of the Geekbench test and 9735 on multi-core. That's about the same as the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The results were similar on our video transcoding test using Adobe Premiere Rush, taking 52 seconds to transcode a 4K video to 1080p. Strangely, last year's Fold 6 finishes in a quicker 40 seconds. The iPhone 16 Pro Max was way faster than them all. However, the iPhone lags the Fold 7 on the 3D Mark graphics test. The Foldable reached 41 frames per second on the demanding Solar Bay Unlimited portion of the test compared to just 28 FPS for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The bad news is that the Galaxy Z Fold 7 packs the same size of 4400 mAh battery as the Galaxy Z Fold 6. This at a time when Chinese phone makers like Honor and Oppo are rolling out higher capacity silicon carbon batteries. For example, the Honor Magic B5 packs a 6100 mAh battery using the new technology and the Oppo Find N5 offers a 5600 mAh cell. Samsung has told us that it is investigating silicon carbon batteries, but for now it is prioritizing safety. On our battery test, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 lasted a somewhat mediocre 10 hours and 55 minutes when surfing the web over 5G. Compare that to 10 hours and 25 minutes for the Galaxy Z Fold 6. The Galaxy S25 Ultra and iPhone 16 Pro Max both lasted over 17 hours or 6 hours longer than the new Fold. Alas, the charging picture isn't much prettier. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 supports relatively slow 25-watt charging. That means you get a 54% charge in our testing in 30 minutes. The S25 Ultra's 45-watt charger got to 71% in the same amount of time. Meanwhile, the above Honor and Oppo phones boost 80-watt charging, but we haven't measured their charging speed yet. The Galaxy Z Fold runs Samsung's One UI 8 software on top of Android 16, and there are some notable upgrades for foldable fans. As mentioned above, Gemini Live is now enhanced with multimodal AI, which means it can process information from your voice and what the camera sees in real time, as well as what's on your screen. The Gemini Live interface floats on top of whatever you are doing, so it doesn't feel like it's taking over your phone, and when you are sharing your screen and talking to Gemini, you will see an indicator in the top left corner that it's listening, so you can tap there to pause or turn it off at any time. Circle to Search gets an upgrade in One UI 8 too. You can use Circle to Search when playing a game and get instant tips or find out more about characters or enemies. Another AI perk is that you can now drag and drop AI created content from one window to another when using the multi-window feature, including images. Thanks to its larger screen, there is a revamped studio video editor in the gallery that lets you edit videos almost like on a computer. What makes it unique is how it's laid out, along with the ability to layer tracks much like on professional video editors. For creators, it's a helpful tool that offers on-device editing to save you time. This is exclusive to the Galaxy Z Fold 7 for now, as the Z Flip 7 doesn't have it. As for Android 16 features, some of the biggest highlights include live updates for rideshare and food delivery apps. Another welcome upgrade is grouping notifications from a single app for reducing clutter on your lock screen. As with the Samsung flagships, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 comes with 7 years of OS and security updates. However, it only comes with 6 months of free Gemini Advanced, whereas Google Pixel 9 phones get a full year. Samsung has done it. They have won over a foldable phone skeptic with a design that just feels right. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is a trump of engineering, packing larger displays in a design that's so thin and light you forget that you are carrying a foldable around. You get two vibrant screens in one device, awesome multitasking power, and a flagship-grade camera system. And the AI features really shine on this bigger canvas, especially Gemini Live screen sharing. So what's the problem? The $2000 price is super steep, and I wish Samsung found a way to pack in a larger battery. I personally can live without the S Pen, though creatively inclined users may be peeved, and I really don't mind the punch hole camera. The megapixel upgrade makes up for it. I think the Galaxy S25 Ultra is better option if you want longer battery life, even better cameras, and S Pen support for hundreds less. But if you are even thinking about splurging for a foldable, you will be more than happy with the Galaxy Z Fold 7. It's the best foldable phone you can buy in the US and maybe the world. It finally feels like the future we were promised is here.